Hey you guys, I hope you guys are amazing today. So, we are doing the last word of 2024. It's crazy to me that it's the end already, honestly, because I feel like it was just January. It was just January, you guys. But here we are again. I want to start off by saying thank you to you guys. To the ones that have been here all year, the ones that have been here from the very beginning, and to the ones that have just joined, honestly. I want to thank all of you guys because we are one. So we're here to connect and we're here to ultimately grow. So let's continue to do that in 2025. So I did a poll. So the poll was between domestic violence and practicing gratitude. So we're gonna do our final word on domestic violence. I want to talk about this in a male, from a male standpoint, if that makes sense. So oftentimes we hear stories about women getting abused, right? But we rarely hear about men and the abuse they have endured. So I want to start back to childhood when it comes to domestic violence in men. A lot of them have inner child wounds that still need healing. So a lot of these men now were once boys, and they're kind of still in that mindset of a little boy when it comes to like confidence and worthiness and control over self, if that means, if that makes sense, because they still haven't tackled that inner child. So what happens with these men who were once boys? Most of them deal with like a narcissistic parent. In most of the cases, it's a narcissistic mother who has abused them emotionally and physically. So that's where the self-worth issues stem from, basically, because a lot of these men had mothers who told them to shut up, told them to stop being a baby, told them to stop crying when they wanted to express their feelings. So like I was saying, these men once dealt with the narcissistic mother, and in most cases that mother is probably still narcissistic. So they probably still deal with that same type of energy today. So what happens is these boys grow into men, right? They get into relationships, and they tend to get into chaotic relationships that remind them of their mother, if that makes sense. So they go towards like Jezebel women, or women who are narcissistic and just want to take or hurt or abuse them, if that makes sense. So they get into the same cycle with a partner. And what happens is they get the same emotional abuse, they get the physical abuse from the women as well. So they get beaten, but a lot of these men they operate from like a false ego to the world. So what they do is they pretend nothing's happening, you know. They'll because it's embarrassing to them, right? As a man getting beat by a woman, that's embarrassing. So instead of speaking on the topic or just outing the person, they try to avoid that at all costs because of their ego. So I've seen this before, and I've tried to offer advice to these type of people, but ultimately it takes, accountability within self to understand enough is enough, basically. Healing needs to occur once you get to that point, That's kind of how we heal in this life anyways. We get tired of our own shit, and then we get we actually, you know, we do what we need to do for ourselves after. So a lot of men, like I said, are going through this, but it just takes you to get you out of the bind, if that makes sense. So if you're someone who has dealt with this or is dealing with this, just understand we're all human, and you don't deserve to be abused. It doesn't matter what gender you are. Abuse is abuse, and you shouldn't be accepting of it. And someone that loves you wouldn't do that. They wouldn't. Well, I think I'm gonna end it here, you guys. I hope you guys end the year. So like I was saying, you guys, I hope you guys end your year off on a good note. You guys release, and clear your energy. Make sure that energy is clear, so you're able to walk into the new year. Even though this isn't our new year, you're able to walk with a clean slate, if that makes sense. Because, you know, anybody that knows, the new year is in the spring, it's not in the winter. But, you know, I hope you guys end the year off on a good note, regardless of what you believe. And yeah, move with love always, and be safe, you guys. Be very safe in the next few days. Love is love. You guys have a great day.